What's good, Jealousy Man, Chipz-N-Stix? I am back with an impressions video with an early access preview of a game called Deathbound by Trial4 Studio. Shout out to them. Got their early access code via Lurkit. Keep watching. Deathbound is an action RPG Souls-like game with many striking similarities that you can spot right away when comparing it to Souls games such as Demon's Souls, Dark Souls, or even Elden Ring. Some of the similarities that you can spot right away are the game's environmental design, the enemies, the combat mechanics, just to name a few. Since this is a demo of a pre-alpha build, the overall story still eludes me. However, based on what I've played so far in conjunction with Steam's description of the game, the theme of Deathbound is the clashing of religious ideologies and science, which is interesting. But going a bit deeper into the religious aspect, it's more akin to the beliefs on life and death, as the goddess in this game is death. As you progress through the demo, you come to this conclusion based on an in-game interactive vision that one of the characters has. This character is Theron Guillaumin. Theron is born into royalty, so the guy's a prince. The interesting thing here, albeit odd, is you don't start the demo playing as Theron. You get to that moment shortly after the in-game tutorial. Now allow me to elaborate. You start off as 3 different characters, all whom specialize in something different with stats to match. Agaros of Mariva, however you say it, is your tank build. Olivia Hines is your magic build, and Anna Lepus is your stealth assassin build. I'm not sure why Theron wasn't included as one of the starting characters, but I can only assume at this point the purpose is to demonstrate the core gameplay mechanics. In my opinion, the biggest attraction here isn't the fact that it's a Souls-like game, but the fact that you can switch characters during the game and even during battle. This brings us to gameplay mechanics and how well they're executed. As I previously mentioned, you can switch characters during combat. The challenge with this is changing characters while also not getting your brains bashed in. When you're in the process of changing, your character does not move. Be careful when doing this because it can get you killed. There is one method you can use to change between characters while moving and attack simultaneously, but it drains something called your sync bar, which is indicated by the blue color coded bar at the bottom of your screen. When looking at your HUD, you'll notice the character icons on the left side, which are assigned to the corresponding D-pad buttons. The twist with having multiple characters is having multiple health and stamina bars. Now, the developers decided to combine the two in a unique but confusing way, because at first glance you won't notice it, but it's there. When you perform an action, whether it's fighting, dodging, running, your character's icon shows your stamina dropping, and shortly after it regenerates. The problem here is your health and stamina bars are literally joined together. If you take damage and have half health left, then you now have half your stamina remaining. Should you find yourself hanging on by a thread, just like me, that means you now only have 1 chance to dodge and 1 chance to attack, so you better make it count. I can't say I'm a fan of this design choice, because it feels like my hands are literally being tied behind my back. Not only are my defensive maneuvers being limited, but so are my attacks. In other Souls games, the stamina bar is always separate, and despite the difficulty, you always had a chance to make a comeback. Another unique design choice is being forced to be stationary while using items. As much as I may dislike the design, something else is growing on me in regards to using potions. If you use a potion to recover one character's health, the others lose it. So let me give you an example. If you use a potion to recover 80 HP, the others lose 40 HP. You can recover health by dealing damage to enemies, but it's only a small amount. And so basically what it is the attacks that you deal out is basically equal to what your other characters are going to recover. So it's a small percentage. So there's something interesting about the combat mechanics. Now, like I said, it's very similar to Souls games, so you have your light attack, you have your heavy attack, you have your parries, and you even have your front stabbing animations with all of the characters after you parry. However, not everybody can do a backstab. This is limited to only the stealth assassin build character Anna, which I find a bit weird because That means you always have to use Anna to do your sneaking backstabs instead of staying with the character that you feel most comfortable with playing. There is potential here for Deathbound to be a good Souls-like indie, especially with the themes given.
Do you accept death?
Son. My son, please. Please.
This can stand out on its own if the devs change some design choices that I stated previously, and to actually deliver the story in a way that's easy to grasp as you progress instead of hunting for it, unlike all of the other Dark Souls games. Like I said, this game definitely has potential, and at first I wasn't really rocking with it, but I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for it when it drops. So until then, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out. We trying to get to 500 and go beyond that and hit 1,000. Holla at your boy. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.